When we reflect on the mystery of existence, it is natural to question whether the universe and life could have come into being by pure coincidence. Mathematical probability suggests that events with odds exceeding 1 in 10 to the power of 50 are deemed impossible. The chance of life or the universe forming without any guiding force falls into this category, making randomness an inadequate explanation. Therefore, if mathematics is to be trusted, an external intelligence must play a role in our existence. In the US, some areas teach intelligent design as an alternative to evolution, proposing that life and the cosmos require purposeful design rather than random occurrences. Holy books frequently emphasize the principle of divine unity or monotheism, reiterating this concept across 155 different verses. Without understanding this sense of oneness, we miss the bigger picture of existence. I often view these teachings as comparable to traffic signs. Just as road signs help travelers navigate without drawing attention to themselves, natural and religious sciences serve as pointers toward deeper truths. Both forms of knowledge, spiritual and scientific, are complementary, not conflicting, guiding us to a fuller understanding of reality. Finding signs of the divine in daily life. A common question people ask is whether there is enough evidence of a divine presence in the universe. If we are to speak of God or a supreme being, our understanding must align with monotheism. In response to a senior official who questioned my discussions on this topic, I once said, "Although I don't speak about God often, those who listen to me do." This remark surprised him, but it reflects an approach grounded in reason, one that arrives at truth through reflection, logical inquiry, and observable evidence. The guidance of holy books encourages us to make wise moral choices, leading us along the paths of good and steering us away from evil. Rumi, the great Sufi mystic, once said that we are not simply living in the world, but passing through it, facing this essential choice between good and evil. Life is less about the physical realm and more about spiritual passage, moving through a world of fleeting circumstances as we seek higher truths and a sense of purpose. Balancing spirituality and engagement with the world. In striving to live according to spiritual values, people often misinterpret what it means to renounce the world. True abandonment of the world doesn't mean renouncing the physical world, but rather letting go spiritually, engaging in worldly matters with a higher purpose. Letting go of worldly attachments does not mean abandoning the material world, but rather approaching it with spiritual purpose and detachment. As believers, we sometimes struggle to maintain this equilibrium, which has caused us to fall behind other societies in areas like innovation, technology, and development. Rumi reminds us that while we may hold the world in our hands, it should never take over our hearts. This detachment allows us to make use of resources wisely without becoming controlled by them. When we lose sight of this balance, we risk stagnating while others continue to advance. The search for truth through the lens of great minds. There has been speculation that Leo Tolstoy might have embraced faith shortly before his death. Although this remains uncertain, Tolstoy's writings clearly reflect a deep search for truth, showing his longing for something beyond death. His later works focus on the ethical teachings and promote values that align closely with universal principles. At times, I wonder if Tolstoy would have thought differently about religion had he observed the shortcomings in some of today's educational systems, which can hinder philosophical and religious understanding. Tolstoy's final reflections mirror the wisdom found in the teachings of Prophet Abraham, focusing on life's purpose and the pursuit of inner peace. Like philosophers such as Socrates and Plato, Tolstoy was driven by fundamental questions about existence and the meaning of life, searching for answers that transcend time and cultural boundaries. A simple formula for happiness. Throughout history, people have sought the key to happiness and struggled to find fulfillment in a complicated world. A formula for happiness: includes the essential qualities for inner peace, love, respect, and patience. These create a foundation for a harmonious life. The four other qualities are passion, friendship, acceptance, and understanding. Bring this foundation to life and help nurture relationships. Together, these virtues offer a practical guide for happiness. Each person's journey toward joy and meaning is unique, but drawing on both spiritual wisdom and intellectual insight can bring us closer to finding it. Happiness is not a final destination, but an ongoing journey that requires balance, insight, and a willingness to grow through love and learning. In a world full of signs pointing in all directions, perhaps these values can serve as a compass, guiding us toward a life enriched by both spiritual fulfillment and worldly success.